What's up, everybody? King McClure here, and this is King's Court. Today, we're going to discuss one of the most intriguing high school basketball players and his commitment from this past weekend, and you know who that is. Bronny James going to USC. And I think first things first, we have to kill this narrative. We have to kill this narrative of Bronny James is where he is because of his dad. You see, we've seen other basketball players. This is no shade, by the way. We've seen other great NBA players' sons not be good at basketball and not be able to make it to this level. So I think first things first, we have to kill that because Bronny James is a good basketball player. And without his dad, with or without his dad, he would still be able to play. Now, did he get a little bit of extra resources? Did he have a little bit more of an opportunity because of his father? Yes. Got to train with some of the best players, probably has access to some of the best doctors, trainers in the world, but he's still a good basketball player. So let's just go ahead and kill that narrative from the jump. But him committing to USC, I think, is really interesting. And the reason why is because they're going to have a really, really good team next year. Andy Enfield has done a great job of recruiting. You see, USC was a team who came in second in the Pac-12 last year, and they ended up playing Michigan State in the first round, got upset by a good Michigan State team who made a decent run. But USC was a solid team. I mean, their leading scorer, Boogie Ellis, was just announced probably about a week ago that he's going to return. And my man averaged 17 points per game. And the thing that I like most about what Andy Enfield did is not only did he get Bronny James, but you also get Isaiah Collier, who is the number one player in the country according to 24/7 Sports. And Isaiah Collier, I got a chance to do the Under Armour Elite 24 game. I called it on ESPN last year. And I was extremely impressed with Isaiah Collier. And the reason being is because he's a true point guard. He's a winner. He wants to win. He sets people up, knows how to put people in positions to score. His pick and roll reads are excellent. He's about a 6'3", 6'4", very stocky point guard who is college ready. He was college ready then. So I already know what he looks like now, and based off his progression, he is college ready now. So putting him alongside of a guy like Boogie Ellis, who had to play the one last year for USC, is a great fit because Boogie Ellis is a scorer. He averaged 17 while playing on ball. So now Boogie Ellis can move to that 2-3 spot and now can play off the ball and score. But the same thing for Bronny, though. Isaiah Collier can make Bronny look really well because Bronny's just an overall good basketball player. He's not really a true point guard, but he's a good overall player who has a great feel for the game. I think that Isaiah Collier will be able to bring the best out of Bronny. And I think we haven't seen the best from him yet. You know, because of social media, because of everything that how big he is, I think that we have seen Bronny grow right in front of our eyes. His freshman year, he was solid, but he's continued to rise and get better every single year. So now in college, now that he has that expectation or everybody understands how good he really is, I think that now he's going to be able to show the world what he can really do. But I think this is where it's going to be interesting because Andy Enfield has a decision right here to make. Is he going to play three guards with Isaiah Collier, with Bronny James, and with Boogie Ellis at the 1, 2, 3? I think that might be the best thing for him. Or will he bring Bronny off the bench? Because you really can't bring Boogie Ellis, a guy who averaged 17 for you, off the bench. And Isaiah Collier is such a true point guard. And honestly, Isaiah Collier right now is better than Bronny James. So because Isaiah Collier is a true point guard and can make everything easier, those two guys have their starting position on lock. So the other aspect that comes into play is because Bronny has so many eyeballs on him, because Bronny will be, the most famous basketball player to ever step foot as a freshman at USC. You've had great guys like O.J. Mayo come through there. You have Evan Mobley, but Bronny James is way more famous than these guys. So because of all the eyeballs on him, will you bring him off of the bench? Will he play that six-man role? Because the current six-man of the year and Reese Dixon Waters transferred to San Diego State. And you saw what he did coming off the bench last year. So will you bring Bronny off the bench? If you bring Bronny off the bench, the question is, will other McDonald's All-Americans come to your school? Because they say, hey, Bronny James is Bronny James, and he came off the bench for you. He didn't start. So now you're benching a McDonald's All-American. So that right there puts Andy Enfield in a predicament. Do you go with three guards, or do you bring Bronny off the bench and play two guards in Boogie Ellis and Isaiah Collier. Because the other thing we have to think of is when you look at those three guards, they're all about 6'3". They're all 6'3" or under. So right there, you're automatically smaller. Yes, you can push it in transition. Yes, you can push the tempo, which I think that they will do an excellent job of. But you're small on the defensive side. And I granted, you got a guy like Drew Peterson, who is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, at 6'9", being able to play inside out, he can back you down as more like a stretch four at 6'9". I mean, he kind of helps because your front court is excellent. When you look at Peterson, when you look at Morgan, when you look at even Johnson, those guys are excellent in the front court. So you have a great overall team, but Andy Enfield is going to get put in a position. Will you bring Bronny off the bench or will you play three guards? So I like what they did. I like their team. I think they will be one of the most intriguing teams in all of college basketball because you have three dynamic guards in your backcourt. I think Isaiah Collier is excellent and will bring out the best in both Boogie Ellis and Bronny James. And for a team that was 49th in offensive adjusted efficiency last year, I think they will easily improve. I guess the other question you have to ask is, will two freshmen be able to go against grown men that we have in college basketball? I mean, the oldest player in college basketball last year who went to Memphis was 26 years old. He was 3 days younger than me. I couldn't imagine being in anybody's college seat right now, sitting there listening to anything. I couldn't imagine still being in college. But at Bronny James, Isaiah Collier, at 18, 19 years old, playing against grown men, will they be able to be effective? Like, have we gotten away from freshmen in college basketball seeing success early? Because it's a little bit harder because you're no longer playing against guys who are 19, 22, and that age gap is way, way bigger. So will they be able to be successful? Can you start two freshmen and be able to win games in the Pac-12? I mean, that will be determined. I think they will be good. I think they will be much better than they were last year. I think this is easily a top 25 team in the country, and I think Andy Enfield knows what he's doing, and they will have success. So overall, I'm looking forward to watching this backcourt of Boogie Ellis, Bronny James, and Isaiah Collier all on the same court. I will be tuned in. I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to watching that. This has been King's Court. Tune in later this week to see what we have. I'm out.